the companies I used to work with. I mean, it just seems as though everybody has come together, and you really, no matter what situation you're in, you don't have to look too far to be grateful. And I think that is something that holds so much strength. And to see people, people's lives through the prism of others, as you brought up the crystal, is what this is all about. And honestly, I think when people say to me, well, what do you do? I mean, when something like this happens, what do you do? I think if breathing and staying home would change a single thing, I would do nothing but stay home and cry. But that's not going to change anything. What I choose to do is take this strength that my daughter and my son have given to me, and now Danielle has given to me, and give back to others, because that's what Jillian had always taught me. And I just want to start off by talking about another reason that we're here today. You guys rode all the way across the country to come to this great capital, and I'm going to read this because it keeps me focused. Mike will tell you if I don't have something to read, I'll be all over the place. So, this weekend honors the men and women who gave their lives serving our country. God bless all our veterans. Jillian, Zachary, and all of us honor their ultimate sacrifice. The Patriots, Rolling Thunder, and the Ride for Jillian truly shows your living sacrifice and dedication to reaching out and helping others. Your 16-hour days of rough riding, your thoughtfulness and kindness has manifested itself to help many others in so many important ways. They say that everything a man does for himself, he takes to his grave. Everything he does for others stays behind to benefit from all. Rolling Thunder and the Ride for Jillian has created a legacy never to be forgotten. So there is no better way of expressing gratitude and appreciation than saying thank you. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know how hard you all work. I know what you do during the day, and you took time off for this cause, and I love you for it. Jillian always prayed for and thanked those who had helped her, and she showed her thanks by reaching out and helping others whenever she could, even in times of challenge. All of you have reached deep in your hearts to do the same, and I know she is smiling, Zachary's smiling, and I know that Danielle is smiling. Just look at what you've done. Your long and tedious ride for Jillian has evangelized your cause by honoring our veterans across this country, and the Ride for Jillian has helped ease the burden that these parents and their children are going through during their surreal journey. In an instant, your life can change. Just like that. No warning, no rewind button, and even worse, no pause or stop button. Imagine if a child you know has been diagnosed with a deadly disease. These are times that these children are struggling with their young lives in order to survive the treatments for a life-threatening illness. There's a place in the hospital called the PICU Center, the Pediatric Intensive Care Unit. I call it the most sacred place in the hospital because it's where the really, really sick kids go, and it's where life and death decisions have to be made instantly and continuously. Parents of children diagnosed with deadly diseases who have no medical training need to be at their child's bedside. And that's what you all have helped to do. They need to put their fears aside, focus and act quickly to make decisions about treatments and procedures for their children with the advice of the doctors. And most importantly, to be with their child, to comfort and console them in what perhaps are the scariest times of their young lives. Can you imagine a child facing any of this alone without their parents at their side? The only thing that might minimize the overwhelming stress a sick child feels is their parents' presence. This gives the child a level of confidence. The child will gravitate towards their parents and reach out, hoping for someone to say, everything will be okay. And because of you, their parents can be there for immediate and required ongoing and many times painful procedures. For emergency operations, these parents will now be able to be there for their child. For the many doctor consultations, these parents will be there, and most importantly, they will be with their child to comfort them, to calm them, and to relax them. When the pain gets really bad, to rub their arms and legs that are always tingling from chemotherapy. Because of you, those parents can now be there with their child receiving critical care and life-threatening treatments for their illness. Jillian handled her ordeal with grace and humor and dignity well beyond her years. We promise to keep her wish alive, to lessen the burden of another suffering child and her family in need. So that when their children hopefully get better and go back to school and go back to being a kid again, and their families return to a level of normality, these families will remember the hard work you have done to keep them a family together in the hospital. Every parent remembers, as I do, every moment, every procedure, every decision made when the kid was in the PICU. And personally, this is not the journey I have traveled, it's about the fight that these children have fought. I didn't want to be the example of what these families are, but I am. And while I'll never forget the journey I have traveled, I have pledged to turn what clearly is a tragedy for me into positive efforts to help other families in need. And you, all of you, have delivered on Jillian's dream and have made that dream become a reality. That is why the Jillian Fund exists. Our support is for the love of those critically ill children and, as importantly, the love for their families. You have all worked so very hard, and I, the board, and the hospital are so very proud to be associated with such an honorable group of people as you are. From the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate everything you have prepared for and everything you have done for the fund. So as long as we remember Jillian and Zachary and Danielle, as long as their memory lives on in the way that the Jillian Fund helps others, they will remain a part of us and their spirit will never die. You have let Jillian's life touch your life and her spirit touch your heart. Both Jillian and Zachary will forever ride on your shoulders. God bless you, my friends, and thank you so much.